it's Psychic Bob. Oh my God, welcome to Friday. I tell you, I am so excited. I tell you, this has been an awesome week. Psychic Bob has been so crazy busy, a lot of readings, been having a lot of fun. I got to give a big shout out and say thank you to all of you who came out to yesterday's video. We had such a fun time on Vlog Thursday. I went out and I bought a bunch of mystical candles and I ate a lot of good food. And you know, Psychic Bob loves his food. It was a lot of fun. But even more fun than all of that is today's event. Because today I have a very, very special guest. And you know, Psychic Bob, I don't bring on anybody on my show except unless they are the best at what they do. So you know here you always get quality interviews. And I've got a special friend here. I want to introduce her. This is Jessica Tumminello. Jessica, do you want to say hi to everybody?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me, Bob, and thank you for everybody who is showing up. I'm so honored to be part of your show, Bob. I'm really, really honored. So thank you so much.
Well, you are, well, I'm very honored to have you here because, you know, it's very rare that I get such a high level talented artist. I love art. You know, all my tubies know, and you've seen my show. I love art. I'm crazy about art. I'm always going to art galleries, do my own painting. But when I get to meet an artist of your caliber, I got to tell you, it's amazing. Now, for those of you who are new here, say, well, who is this Jessica? Jessica, maybe you could tell us just a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay, sure. So I'm Jessica. I live in Germany. I'm 29 years old and I have been doing art my whole life. But I started doing channeled art for about half a year and that really changed my life. It's something that I really, really enjoy doing, and creating light code activation art is something a little bit more different than, let's say, many other artists do. It's more spiritual, and that's what I've always been wanting to do, something connected to spirituality. So combining art with spirituality brings me so much joy, and I'm so grateful to be able to share that with all of you.
And guys, let me tell you, you are in for a treat today. We're going to show some of her work in just a little while. But, you know, I want to kind of go back and kind of break down some important words that I think we want to review here. One of the key words, and this is what I think really sets you apart, Jessica, is that you're not just some artist, you know, come out of art school with a crazy idea from some professor. You have said, I feel a connection to other realms. I feel a connection to the spiritual realm and to the cosmos. And, you know, I'll tell you, when we talked earlier, you were saying how you channel your art. And let me tell you guys, when you see her, you'll understand what channeling is. I've always said that channeling is a cosmic experience. It's a connection, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jessica, but it's like the artist and the higher realms merge. And what comes from that is a communication that produces a new reality. Does that make sense? Would you agree?
Yes, absolutely. Very well said.
Thank
Beautiful.
you.
Yes.
And you know, this is what I think what drew me to your art. Now, Jessica contacted me a few weeks ago and she said, Psychic Bob, she sent me a question for messages. Do you think I'll get anywhere with my art? Here's some samples. Well, my God, when I opened the link and saw Jessica's art, my mouth literally dropped. I was like, oh, guys, I'm telling you, your mouth's going to drop when you see her work. She is really stands out. You know, I've looked at a lot of art, and there are very few people who I would say are so connected. She's definitely one who's connected. And the thing is, you know, what's interesting is your art carries a vibration. And this is the thing, you know, spiritual work is there's an energy that is transcendent of the physical medium. It's energy exchange. This is
Right.
very exciting. Would you agree with me on that?
Yes, absolutely. It's just an amazing feeling when you feel one basically with the higher energies, and then you put that into a canvas. It's just really, really, I'm so grateful that I can even do that. It's just, and I've seen also many other beautiful, beautiful artists, and it's just that feeling when you look at it and that feeling that it gives you, that's something that I want to give other people, this feeling of happiness, peacefulness, serenity. All these emotions are just beautiful when you can really feel that way.
And I think that takes a special talent because maybe anybody can, splash paint on a canvas, but it's the whole soul connection to the creation that I think that makes it powerful. And it's not something anybody can just casually do. This has taken you a lot of years of personal development as a person as well, hasn't it?
Yes,
I mean, it's
exactly.
more than just technical, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it's so much that you bring on the canvas is also from you. So as you said, it's so important that you do the self work so that you're able to put aside that what is maybe not so positive, work on that and transmute it into something higher so that you can be a better channel, basically, to really channel all that higher energy and then share it with other people.
I love that. I love that. Well, Jessica, I got to give a few shout outs here. So don't lose
Sure,
your thought because I
please do
can't
that.
acknowledge it. We've got a lot of people showing up in chat here.
Yeah.
And want to give some shout outs. Welcome to you guys. Carolina R's here. Good to see you. Constant Trippers here. Yay. Green Earth Witch 1111's here. Chilled Fox is here. Earth to Maya is here. Amy Diana's here. Amy's here all the way here from Scotland.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we got the whole world here. Germany, Scotland.
That's so cool.
All right. Sir Meow Meow Chow Doggies here. Tina Sellens. Hey, Tina, good to see you. Euphoria's here. Yay. Oh, my gosh, so many wonderful people. Debbie Webby's here. Hey, guys, welcome, welcome. Well, we're so excited, Jessica, to have you here because, at Spirit Channel, we really like to associate with people who understand the spiritual realms.
Right.
And I think that to discover the spirit realm, I can tell you my own journey. Once I
Yes.
really realized, that there's a whole nother world that we can commune with, that not
Mm,
only is just there, but actually interacts with us and helps us.
yes.
This is life changing.
Mm-hmm.
And you tend to commune with a lot of different beings on the spirit world. And I thought maybe you would like to tell us about, one of your, how did you first, I guess, let me start with this. How did you first discover there was a spiritual world? Did you have a dream or were you painting and you felt a connection? Or maybe you can tell me a little bit about how that process started, that awareness.
Well, I always believed in a spiritual realm. I always knew that it is there. And when I grew up as a kid, I grew up in a very religious setting, so I always believed in God, and I always believed that there are angels and spirits and all that. But at some point in my life, I realized outside of religion that there is much, much more, and that we're so much more connected than what I thought we were first, because before it was more like, yes, there's the spirit world and here's my life and I'm working towards at some point being there. But actually at some point I realized that the spirit realm is here to work with us, and it's not waiting for us to come at some point, but it's here wanting to work with us, and it wants to connect with us, and we want to connect with them, and then working together, that's where you can really understand the spiritual realm as well, and also understand yourself better, because you learn to understand the spiritual realm, because we are part of it. And I realized that this life is just so short, and it's more like a dream. And when we go back, we will realize it was just felt just like a dream, basically, and going back to where we actually from. So it's that experience we're having here, and being connected to that is just was a huge realization for me when I realized that later on.
Oh, I'm loving that. I am just so fascinated. Now let me ask you, were you already painting and then you discovered the spirit, or what happened first?
As a child, I always drew animals. I always drew horses and dogs and cats. I was always very drawn to drawing animals and also people, more like anime actually when I was younger. I loved that. And then later on, I discovered or decided to combine my drawing with the spiritual realm, but that was much later. So as a kid, I always just drew because it was fun, because it was a hobby of mine.
Isn't that wonderful? You know, I really believe that gifts like artistic talent, some people say, well, they're genetic. I believe there's a genetic element. But I also think there's a soul element, you know,
Yeah.
because when I step into your energy, I'm getting a lot of orange light around you. Orange light for me is the light of an artist. It means a channel. And
Mm-hmm.
so I can tell you, you know, and guys, listen to me. I'm telling y'all, all y'all out there, the truth. When I say that somebody's a channeling, believe me, they're channeling. And this is only going to make her art even better. You know, Jessica, you are mentioning how when you were younger, you loved to draw the animals. And
Yes.
I think you must have a deep connection to the natural world because you
Mhm.
gave me an artwork that I just treasure, um, which is an elven creature, a
Yes.
beautiful elven. I believe that the animal realm, the elfin world, the fey realm interconnect. Has that been your
Yes.
experience?
Yes, and I love the elemental realm. Also, as a kid, I loved fairies. I would always draw elves. And I also believe that they're very connected and that I'm sure that animals can see them or feel them at least, because they also have this really strong, pure connection to them. And I find that so fascinating. And that realm is just so beautiful.
It is. And, you know, I think, you know, we're fortunate at this time to be on earth at this time because I'm finding, at least in my work, that there's an awakening. People are starting to say the earth is sacred. There's life that must be preserved. We only have one planet. And
Mhm.
you know, when I was looking at your beautiful picture of the Fae, what was her name? I'm sorry, I said Tirtha, Tira,
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 Tira.
Tara,
Yes,
terrible with names.
yes.
Um,
Okay.
she spoke to me. And I
Mhm.
said, my God, I've never had such a literal live interaction with art. And I am still talking to her. And you know, she brings me this message all the time of the earth is alive, love and treasure all life. I mean, this art is transformative. And I think that, you know, you're at the perfect place in the perfect time because all over the world, I think that people are starting to awaken. And
Right.
I've said for a long time, the Fae are trying to get our attention. And, you know, I have to tell, I think that the Fae are speaking to you. I do. And I think you're delivering a powerful message.
And Bob, you're very right. I have a strong connection to the elementals. And I just quickly want to say, Bob is an amazing psychic. When I had the session with him, I was just blown away because he was telling me all things that were true and I was thinking and wanting to do. And he didn't even know that I was the one doing the art. He didn't even know that. He was just like, yeah, you should be creating something and you should do your own business. I was just very blown away. So I just wanted to say that. That
Thank
was
you.
really, really amazing. And back to what you were saying, Bob, I have a really strong connection to the elementals. And when you were saying about Tira still being with you, that is also one of my main goals is that the art is not just it's there, but it's always there. Like that the spiritual aspect is always present. And when you put it up, put the light codes that activates DNA within you to follow your path, to strengthen your good abilities. your good characteristics or things that you want to do. That is always part of you, and that's why I also do spirit animals, because spirit animals are also always with us. But with the art, I want people to really feel it and feel the connection. And some people just need the visual to support that. They need to visualize. And I'm also part of those people who just need to visualize something in order to really manifest it. And that's why I like to paint it or draw it so that people can have a connection to it, or at least feel a stronger connection to it. Even they already have the connection, but then it's
Oh, well, you know, you said something which really I think is absolutely fascinating. I'd like you to kind of maybe clarify for our viewers is what do you mean when you talk about DNA light activation or DNA light codes? Can you
yes.
explain that for us?
So I create my art with light language. Maybe I'll show one example, then people can
Yeah,
probably imagine it.
I think that'll help put this in context. Thank you.
Okay, so this is one example. These are dragonflies, and around here you see the light language. So these are sacred geometry with the language, which is for us, it's we cannot read it with our rational mind, but our spiritual mind, our spiritual body, our essence will immediately understand and will immediately know what it means. So these light languages here will activate as soon as you see it, and if it's meant to be, if it resonates with you, it will activate. And another example I have here is the turtle. So the sea turtle actually.
Oh my God.
And this is sacred geometry with the light language. And basically, if you feel the resonance when you look at it, it will activate DNA strands within you that are dormant, that needs the push to really help you go your path, follow your passion. And I really believe in what Bashar says, for example, is always follow your excitement, always follow your passion. And these codes are there to support that and to support the aspects in you that really want to push you towards that. And for example, if you have a sea turtle as your animal guide, these codes will also create a stronger connection so that you can be guided by the sea turtle as well. So it's a multi-dimensional activation. It is not 3D or just 4D or it's all multi-dimensional levels.
I got to tell you, we're getting great feedback in the chat here.
Ah,
Zelikov says, wow, beautiful. Tina J says, wow, stunning. Euphoria says, wow, that's gorgeous, Jessica.
thank you
Tina says,
so much.
God, I love the dragonfly. Beautiful, beautiful. Wow, that's beautiful. Hi. People are just so excited. Oh my God.
I'm so grateful. Thank you. I want to share one more. That's the
Please,
very
yes.
first. That's the very first one I did. My spirit animal is a black panther and also a dolphin. And the first one I created was a black panther. That was when I was still kind of trying out and wasn't really sure what I was doing. I was just drawing. And then this is the very first one I did. So it's not really black, but it's supposed to be a black panther. I didn't really color it black, but these are the first.
Beautiful.
So that's the very first one I did, and that's the one I have with me at all, like the picture I have here at home. And the connection I love that connection to the Black Panther. It's really strong.
Jessica, can I ask you, can you hold up the dragonfly again? We're getting so many people are fascinated. I want to just,
Of course.
I'd like to just kind of talk about that a little more.
Of course, yes.
I think there's so many powerful messages in that. And, you know, like when I'm looking at that,
Yes, Bob, please share.
I tell you, what I'm seeing is the merging of the higher self and the lower self. Like we as human are transcending, like that upper dragonfly is coming. It's like the true spirit nature coming down to merge us to expand our consciousness.
Yes,
That's how
beautiful.
I see it, you know.
And Bob, I feel that you are already partially translating the light language by interpreting it that way.
How
Because with your intuition, you're translating it in a way so that we can really understand what it means.
I'm so amazed. I'm so amazed.
Yes.
Now tell me, up at the top here, above the top diamond, what is that? Is that a pyramid? I can't see it clearly.
That's the sacred geometry.
Oh, I see it.
So here's the light language with the
Beautiful.
dragonfly, and that's the sacred geometry right here, connected to that.
Amazing.
So
That's
it's
amazing.
connected that way. And then here is still a little light language between those two, which is supposed to connect. And yeah, so that's like,
It's a beautiful, just beautiful. You know, guys, I tell you, I look at a lot of art. I've never encountered anything like this. Jessica's art is so unique, so different.
yeah, thank you,
And
Bob. I appreciate so much coming from you because I respect your work a lot. I
thank you
really do.
so much. Well, you know, this is the thing that I think is so important is that your art is helping people to start the journey. Like, let me just say this, like, well, let me ask you, let me, rather than say, I want to ask you, if somebody is out there watching
Mm-hmm.
and saying, I don't know if I even believe in anything spiritual, but
Yes.
somehow I'm being drawn to this art. Can this art help me to start my journey?
If the person has that aspect within themselves that is yearning for something like that, for understanding, because many people say, I don't really believe in that stuff, but there's this part within themselves that they don't really want to admit that they actually want to find something deeper, understanding something deeper. And that these codes, if it really resonates with them, it will activate something. And they might not realize it in that moment, but maybe in a few months, because it needs time to also integrate these codes. For some people, it goes like this if they're, waiting for that moment and they're ready. For some people, it might take longer, but it will definitely activate something within them. And again, many, many people have the desire of something deeper, of something more of understanding, but many just are maybe just, I don't want to say afraid, but you got to believe, and in order to believe you got to trust, and that's always hard for many people to trust in something they cannot physically see.
Yes.
For many, so it can definitely help.
I
I
think
believe
it's
absolutely.
well, I have to say I'm agreeing with you on that because I feel that, let me tell you, as a psychic, when I encounter people who are channeling, like yourself, you are
Mm-hmm.
channeling.
Yes.
It's my experience that the spirit world
Mm-hmm.
has a mission.
Yes.
For those of us who are either brave enough or maybe crazy enough, probably by most of the world standards, to say, yes, I'll receive that message.
Mm-hmm.
Not only does it transform you, it's an energy that's going out to everybody around you and everybody who
Yeah,
touches your work. So I do think there's a major spiritual work underway, maybe even
absolutely.
bigger than any of us here today even realize. You
I
see,
absolutely agree. Mm-hmm.
and I think this is really, for me as a psychic, is amazing because it's giving me an insight to the workings of the higher realms, you know.
I
You know,
agree.
psychic people write to me all the time. They say, Psychic Bob, I lost my pet dog or I lost my pet iguana. And they'll say to me, I get all sorts of things. I have a lot of exotic pets that people call me about.
Wow. Okay.
And
Cool.
what's been my experience is that animals have such a purity of spirit, they go straight to the light. You don't
Yeah.
hear about animals being in purgatory or earthbound.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen.
No.
So it's just fascinating that you're capturing the spirits of these beings, these animals and creatures who live in the spirit world. And I think it's a testimony to the truth of eternal life as well.
Yes.
Like those dragonflies, like, I love dragonflies, by the way. I'm crazy about that picture. And, you know,
Interesting.
my heaven, when I die and go back to spirit world, it won't be complete unless there are dragonflies flying around. And, I have to tell you, it wasn't until about 20 years ago. You're going to laugh when I say this, but it's true. I never saw a dragonfly in my life till 20 years ago. And it's because I
Wow.
moved to where I live now, and where I live,
Mhm.
it's a breeding ground for dragonflies. So I go out in, the different seasons when they're breeding, and the
Mhm.
beautiful dragonflies fly and they'll land on me. It's been magical for me.
Wow. It's not a coincidence that I picked those dragonflies.
No, because there's a message there, and that's to remind me that
Yes.
all beings in the spirit world exist. And that, see, this is what I'm saying. These dragonflies have pure essence of being. So when a dragonfly dies, which is always sad because I love them, I know where they go now.
Mm-hmm.
Look at your pain and say, you know what, Jessica? They go there. You've proven it to me. Because,
Yes.
sometimes we wonder, oh, would that little dragonfly, was he even go to heaven? But see, you received a message.
Yes. It's very like they have such high frequency of energy. It's really amazing to connect with dragonflies or any kind of animal because it's just so pure. It's just so light. It's really light energy, and it's really like I have this place when I channel. I created this place where I told the animal kingdom, spiritual kingdom, that that's where I want to meet them, and that's where I want to converse with them. So whenever I channel an animal, I visualize that place where I go to, and then I see certain animals come, and then that's where I can converse with them in a manner telepathically, but in a way that I understand what they want to tell me. And as you said, they are definitely there, and the spiritual aspect of them is always there, and it's always here with us, but unfortunately, not all of us are always aware of it.
Yeah.
But they're definitely there for sure. I agree.
It's been my experience over many years of psychic work that, it's funny when I go to people's houses, like, for example, where they may have a haunting.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that people always say to me is, well, my dog sees the spirits or my cat sees the
Oh,
spirits.
yeah, cats
Do
are.
you think they see the spirit? You agree with me on that?
Yes, I have two cats here.
Uh-huh.
They're sleeping right now, but sometimes I see them just looking, staring at a corner, and I don't see them, but they see them. They just like look and then they kind of follow it. And I just like, okay, spirit, whoever you're here, you're welcome, but please just with good intentions and all that. So they're definitely, and they're also spiritually protect you, not just cats. I mean, cats are especially known for also protecting your space, but all animals are very special in a sense.
I actually, it's funny talking about cats and how you did your Black Panther drawing. I have to tell you something. Talk about spirit of an animal. Many
Mm-hmm.
years ago, I got drawn to Black Panthers as well. It's so fascinating
Wow.
you do this. And I started buying jewelry that was Black Panther, like little brooches and pins. You've seen the
Mm-hmm.
little brooches, they're little jeweled.
Oh, cool.
I love them. And I started buying back in the 1950s. Black Panthers were like in style. They used to make lamps, like lamps that were Black Panthers. I went through this phase of buying all these Black Panthers. And my spiritual teacher at the time, she's deceased now, but what's so
Okay.
funny is when she first met me, she didn't know I was into this. And she said, you have a spirit of a Black Panther around you. I said, oh my.
Amazing.
Well, now it gets even more interesting because as I got older, I started to learn about my birth family. I was adopted, by the way. Let me just.
Yeah, I heard that in your last. Yes.
Okay, well,
Yes, I know that.
on my father's side who my
Yeah.
cousin is. I have a very famous relative. She's deceased now, but you may have heard of her, the Duchess of Windsor. She was one of my cousins, and her passion in life was collecting jeweled panthers.
Wow.
So this is so interesting because this keeps
Yeah,
recurring in my life. And
that's
so
amazing.
when you're showing me your panther, I'm like, wow, it's amazing to me, you know.
That's very amazing. And you know, Bob, also a spiritual teacher has told me, because back then when I first started all this, she told me that the Black Panther is my spirit animal. And she said that these people are always the ones who stand out.
Isn't that interesting?
So I can imagine you, Bob, also, right? Always doing your thing and standing out of the crowd. Because back then I was still living in South Korea, so I was especially standing out as a foreigner because everyone, like, it's a very homogeneous country, so I was, yeah, standing out. But that really fit to me as well in general because I didn't never really wanted to go the normal path. So that's an interesting connection
I
there.
love that. Oh my God. It's so fascinating. Well, you know, I have to tell you, talking about animals, I don't know if have you painted crows or ravens? Have you done any work with those?
I've done a crow as a commission, that
Okay.
and crow together.
Wow.
So
Because I have
I can,
a special
I,
connection with the crows and ravens.
these people are very, very psychic. So you are, Bob. That's perfect.
Well,
No
you know, I'm
wonder.
going to tell you a story. You know, I had a time in my life where I was actually getting a lot of stalking, like people physically stalking me. And they would,
Really?
yes, it's a long story. Oh,
This
oh
is
my,
a commission I did with the crow and bat together. So both very, very psychic connections to these two.
oh my
So
goodness.
yes,
Do you have on your tablet? Well, let me finish my story about the crow,
yes,
and then
please.
I'll ask you the next one. I got
Yes.
so much in my head I want to talk about. Um, I'll jump around, so I got to stay focused.
Oh yes.
So the raven or the crow, I call them the same thing because they're related. Um,
Mhm.
when I was having my stalking, I called the spirit of the raven and I said, I need a guardian. And what's interesting is I have a title of nobility. I have a title. I'm a baron. I'm the Baron of Ravensworth. And also,
Wow.
so the raven has been kind of part of my coat of arms and things.
Mm-hmm.
The raven started coming into my life after I got that title. And he would literally, like, if I was going down the street and there was somebody around the corner waiting to attack me, a raven would fly right in front of me and block my path, literally land at my feet. And
Amazing.
it's amazing. And it was accurate every single time. So when I would see that, I'd be like, I have to turn around and go a different way.
Amazing.
And I always found that when I had done that, that it was right. There was somebody down there. Somebody would tell me, oh, we saw these people. They were waiting for you. They were going to jump you. And the crow, the raven kept me safe.
Yes. And that being your spirit animal, it is like, or a spirit, let's say, people say that totem animals are the ones that are always with you throughout your whole life.
Mhm.
And they show up in your life whenever they can or whenever they need to. And for crows or ravens, they can be more literally in front of you. And then for people with Black Panther, they're more symbolically there for you,
Oh,
where
yeah.
you see it on the TV or you see clothing with panthers on it. So
Oh,
yes,
yes.
they're
Yeah.
always
I agree.
there.
Yes. And it's interesting because there have been times when I haven't seen a raven, but yet I felt its presence. So I agree. They're with us physically sometimes and spiritually also. So they can be different forms in different ways. Absolutely true, you know.
I
Um,
agree. That is so amazing. Oh, that's so cool.
it's so cool. And when I see your art, I'm telling you, your art speaks to me on so many levels. It's amazing.
Thank you, Bob. I really, really appreciate that.
I have to throw out some comments here in the chat.
Sure, sure.
Naughty Voice here, he says, Bob, the afterlife has to have dragonflies and mannequins to dress up. Oh, Bob's afterlife has to. He's saying that in my heaven, I'll have mannequins and dragons. That is absolutely true. Stojant says, I have a black cat, and she always looks around and is sitting
Mm.
under something, and I believe that she sees spirits.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm sure about that as well.
You see, and your cats do that too sometimes,
Yes.
don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ryan Erard says, my cats are always staring at things I can't see. Gav Hines is here from England, and he says, hey, Bob and Jessica, sending blessings. Isn't
Thank
that?
you.
Thank you,
Yes.
Gavin. Raven Moss says, ravens are my animal. Oh my gosh. Scotty Boy says, crows are my animal. And Christian
Cool.
David, 1313, my dog barks at the corner of my room often. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that?
Telling the spirit to go away, maybe, or just communicating. Could
Yeah.
be different reasons.
Wow.
That's cool. And what I also recently started to channel are, and that's actually something that I also always wanted to do, is channeling ETs and elementals.
Wow.
So
Tell us
that
about
is
the ET connection. We got a lot of people who are fasting with ETs.
okay. I'm also very fascinated with ETs, so I will show you the very first ET that I channeled and connected with. Unfortunately, I don't have it as a print, but I can show it here on my iPad, and that's a Siri from
Oh
Sirius.
my God. Oh, that's amazing.
This is from Sirius, yes. So these codes also are very important.
That's
And
amazing.
another one that I connected with also with
Okay, can you just hold that up just another minute? I want people to
yes,
get a closer look at it. Okay.
of course.
Guys, I'm just going to interrupt a second, Jessica. Forgive me.
Yeah, sure.
But I want you to really pay attention to this picture because I have in my own channelings experienced beings that look like this. And Jessica, I'm telling you, you are on it. You are on it, girl. Amazing.
That's amazing.
If
So
somebody wanted
grateful.
to buy that, is that available that they could get that from you?
Yes, they can on Etsy. I can later give you more details about it. But in my Etsy shop, you can buy digital prints, or if you're willing to pay extra for the canvas and shipping, I can also print it out and ship that as a canvas to you, or digitally if you prefer that.
I
So
love it. Oh my God. That this really speaks to me. I mean, I think everything you do speaks to me. You know, I get different levels of awareness by different paintings. Like some speak
yes,
to one level, some speak to. This is really putting me in touch with the I would say the beings that are trying to commune with the earth. You know, from another world.
right.
Amazing.
Yes. And this is a Lyran, a hybrid Lyran, feline Lyran. So she's hybrid feline, and I feel also very connected with the Lyrans. So that's why I also wanted to create a Lyran connection.
It's
Uh,
amazing. Now those circles are in here. Let me see. That's the light language coming through, isn't it?
yes, these are light languages that
I'm
are
not-
there to.
I'm absolutely fascinated with the light language because even though I do channeling, I don't have a lot of experience in light language. So
Okay,
I'm still learning about that, and I'm just blown away.
but because you're so psychic and intuitive, you can channel the interpretation of it. Like you definitely have that channel open to just interpret the meaning of it.
See,
And
I think your art is helping me with that. I do.
and also the codes are very intuitive themselves. So these codes know which activations you need. There is a purpose for these codes, but again, they're very intuitive. So they don't have the same effect to everybody at the same time. It's very intelligent basically,
Wow.
and very ancient as well. And one more that I show, and then I'll stop.
Oh,
Uh,
please, no, we want to see them all day long.
it's from she's from Atlantis.
Oh my God.
So she's from High Priestess, Atlantean High
Wow.
Priestess, and she's yes. So with the light codes around it.
Oh my God. That's so, it just blows me away because You know, I have channeled Atlanteans, and I'm telling you,
Wow.
captured it. You have captured it. It's something. It's hard for me sometimes as a medium to describe what I receive, but
Yes.
you have captured it in a way that I can't even put into words. That's
Thank you. And
um,
of course, it is hard to really put all the details in paper because it's, in real, it's just so much the colors, and like there are colors that we don't even have, like colors that we cannot even create here in the 3D. So these images are a symbol of what is actually even more vivid. It's so hard to describe even for myself because yeah, it's just like yeah, I don't
it's
know how to
beyond
describe
human language. I think at times is limited because,
it.
like you
Yes,
said, you're channeling the light language and the reality of the other dimension. It transcends the third dimension.
exactly. Well put, Bob. Well put.
You know, I got to throw some shout outs. People are just blown away. Um, Eric Ross says, "You are all amazing." And then Ferndog says, "Oh, wow." And then Stephanie Cross says, "I am really loving this conversation."
Thank
Queen
you.
Nadine says, "It's beautiful." Antoine LeVay says, "Beautiful." Raven Mott says, "This looks like Bastet from Egypt."
Oh,
It's your lyric. Well, you know, that brings up one of the questions. I'm glad they said that because I've always had this belief that the Egyptian gods had a extraterrestrial connection.
oh yeah, I believe that too. They definitely had extraterrestrials during that time there as well, I believe.
See,
Like,
I think so because you know when we see images like of Horus, the hawk-headed one,
yes,
you know, people are still saying, and I believe it, that they've encountered aliens who look like Horus.
absolutely. Yes, I agree. These are all even the ones with cat faces and other creatures that they have presented, right? I'm not exactly sure on all the ones they have, but these are all ET influence or ETs were there, I believe, during that time.
I just am blown away. I think you are not only you creating something amazing, you're revealing a truth that I think is going to get even further revealed in the coming years. And so really you're stepping ahead of the revelation that's yet to come. And I think that's amazing. You know,
Thank
guys, listen, I'm telling all y'all watching today, look and study Jessica's art because a lot of you write to me and you say, Psychic Bob, what's it going to be like when we meet the alien beings?
you. Hmm.
What do they look like? Are they like us? Are they kind? Are they, good? Are they full of light? Jessica's art, and I'm really saying this in all seriousness, is giving you a glimpse of what is to come. I would actually say, Jessica, and I don't mean
Hmm.
to put you on the spot or embarrass you, but you have a prophetic element to your art. That's the word I've been trying to find today, prophetic. Because
I,
do you understand what I say when I say that?
I think I do, but you can explain it. I'm okay.
Okay. Well, you see, as a psychic, I've seen what is coming for the earth. Now, I
Mhm.
can try all day to describe and explain that, but even still, I fall short. But when I see these paintings of these ethereal beings, I know that you are touching in on that which is actually the future that will be revealed on the earth in the coming
Mhm.
years. So your work is, in a sense, an advanced knowledge, a prophecy of what is to come. And I want everybody to really take this to heart and really study Jessica's work. Visit her website. I want you to, I'd say really all of you should invest in a painting with Jessica. And I'll tell you why.
Thank you.
Because one, investing in even one painting can change your whole journey, your whole life. So many of you out there, I know you've been writing, you said, Psychic Bob, I want to move forward. I want to connect. I want to channel. This is a tool. Her art isn't just something pretty, it's an actual tool that you can use every day. You can sit at your meditation area, you can download that light language, you can
Yes.
stimulate your DNA. All of that can come through her art. Would you
And
agree?
I agree, and I'm so grateful that you really see that aspect, that it's not just art, but it's actually really connected to your path. It is
Yes.
really there to support you and really enforce that or support that what you want to do or your mission, let's say, in life, or your passion in life. It's there to support that. And as you said, in the coming years, there will be more and more people who will want to connect with their spiritual aspect, who will want to understand more about extraterrestrials, and all those people now who are really learning about it themselves can later on help more and more people. I mean, you, Bob, you must know because you've been doing it for so long, and you see how many more people are interested now and really waking up,
Oh, yeah.
let's say, and really understanding that. And I'm sure you can really see the difference from back then to now. And it
Oh,
will just
yeah.
grow. It will just grow from now.
It will, because let me tell you, I've been doing psychic work for over 30 years. I'm a lot
Wow.
older than I look. I never age. My DNA is good, you see.
You
All that
definitely look
light,
younger. You definitely look
all
younger.
that light, let me tell
I
you,
remember.
this is why I love your art. When you talk about light language and you bring that into yourself, I believe in my soul of souls that when you're merging with the higher realm light, it preserves you physically. People always say, Bob, who's your plastic surgeon? Who does your facelifts? I've never had any plastic surgery. Uh,
Wow.
you see, but a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people, even I have clients who had plastic surgery, and they say, I know you had a little lift or something because
Mm-hmm.
your age and look that good. I said, you know what the secret is? And I've said this for years. I believe that when I merge with the spiritual realms, it preserves my body. Something happens.
I absolutely agree.
And this is why I'm so excited about your art, because I know from somebody who works with light for many years, your paintings are truly activating that spiritual light. I have not found this in any artist that I've met in the last few years. So this is why I had to have you on, because and listen, guys, I'm serious. You need to invest in this. Her work is not just beautiful, it's a tool. It's a tool that you need. You know how, like, a lot of times I tell people, I would say, wear a sacred pendant. Like today I'm wearing my little jewel, my little diamond that connects me to the goddess.
And
And
Bob, I have the molded bike that you told me to get.
there you go. See, now
I got it. The
I'm so
mold.
glad you're wearing that. That's going to help your art and increase. And see, these things, they're tools also. So we wear our jewels as tools.
Exactly.
But tools aren't limited to that. And
Right.
painting, in the I have friends that are Greek Orthodox and Russian Orthodox. In the
Mm-hmm.
Orthodox Church, they believe that their paintings, they call them icons. Their
Mm-hmm.
icons open a spiritual door. I
Wow.
believe that's true. I've worked with a number of icons, and there is truth to that. But
Wow.
you see, that's kind of, and I'm not discrediting it, but that's kind of the older revelation. There's a
I
new revelation that's here that's
yes.
even higher than what we've received so far. See, revelation, I believe, is always coming. It wasn't just 2,000 years ago there was a revelation. That was a revelation.
Yes.
That revelation, that light is still traveling, it's still moving,
Mhm.
like starlight. That
Yes.
scientists say that the starlight travels for light years, thousands of years, till it reaches the earth. So when we see starlight, we're seeing light that's already traveled like a million years to get to us.
Yes.
And that's what I feel like with your art. It's like that light is part of an entire process that's moving. And so
Yes.
everybody here watching this, and I just say, everybody, you guys really have gotten a blessing today, because you've actually got to take in some of that light, that spirit light, just by seeing these today.
Right.
My power. So why wouldn't you
And
bring it into your life every day?
yes. And Bob, as you said, and that really brings me to a good point, these codes will keep transforming for you as you grow. So as it will keep being with you, and it will keep helping you to grow and develop. So it is also always a process.
I think it's wonderful. Do you, I don't know if you're able to pull it up if you have it there on your notepad, but do you have Tira's picture? I wanted them to see that, the beautiful elven being.
Of course, yes, yes.
This is the one I was talking about
Tria.
earlier. Tria, excuse me, sorry.
Yes.
I
No, no,
can't
no,
with your
don't
names
worry.
when I read.
That is I'm also really bad with names, so it's absolutely okay. Here it is. And I also feel this really strong connection to her. It's like also one of my favorites, actually, Tria. So this is Tria.
This is the one that I got from Jessica, and I just when I saw it, I had to have this in my house, and she is such a blessing. And a lot of people, a lot of my viewers love the Fae and the Elven code.
Yes.
So they're going to be
Yeah.
playing like that. So that, guys, you know, is another one. You've got to visit Jessica's website because all of these you can get for yourself. And
Yes.
you know, and you know, a lot of people like they might say, well, Jessica, I can't buy all of them now. Can I just buy one and start collecting? Maybe buy one a month or one every few months. They can do
Yes.
that.
Yes. Absolutely. Like one is absolutely like what it's important that it resonates, and that's already all they need. They feel the resonance, and then having it with them and really meditating on it. I'm working also on an oracle deck with the animal guides. So I'm 50% done, so I still have to do a few. And that's also a really good guidance they can get. And I'm also working on a little handbook that every day or once a week they can open that handbook and really activate certain aspects and codes within themselves to support their path. Basically, it's important that it's a reminder, because one thing that we people usually tend to do is forget. We get so inspired and then we're like on our path, and then a week later we're just like, oh yeah, why was I, what happened? I was inspired, but I totally forgot why again, or I'm not like lost that thought basically. And these codes are there to remind you that keep going, keep doing what you love, keep following your path. It's a process, and we should not forget that basically.
Oh, Jessica. Now I'm going to put you on the spot here. You, because you know everybody in the chat's so excited about this. Would you, when your deck is finished, your card deck, would you come back and be a guest again and share that with us?
I would be so honored, Bob. I would be very, very honored.
Because let me tell you, we love everybody at my channel. We all love these sort of oracles.
Yes, me too.
And you know, when I do a little bit of oracle reading. People get so excited, and I think they would. You guys like to see our cards? Yeah, I think you would. I think we're gonna get a lot of.
Thank you. Yeah, that I would be so honored to be part of you and your beautiful family here. You have such great support. I can feel the energy, and it's really good. It makes me feel calm, and that's good. Like it's so amazing because usually I'm really nervous when I have to talk in front of many people, but I'm so calm, and I can feel that energy. That's really, really beautiful. So all of you guys, you have beautiful energy, and I'm so, so grateful for you guys being here. And again, Bob, you have amazing people here.
Oh, everybody's excited. They're saying, yes, please, please come back and share. I'm getting a lot of these. Oh my gosh. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my God, I can't get them all in, but everybody's jumping in the chat saying, yes, please come back. We want to see more. We want to see more.
Thank
Oh my
you.
gosh. Well, you know, guys, I'll tell you, if you want to see more, make sure to go over to Jessica's site. Jessica, can you tell us the name of your website?
Yes, I will show it to you with the name, then it's maybe easier.
I love that you have this little notepad and you do, you know, I'm so low tech. I'm from the 1980s, and all my people will tell you, PsychicBob lives in the 1980s. So
Well, it's never too late, Bob.
I'm trying. You're inspiring me to get more
Yes.
models.
Okay, so this is my website here. 1 second, I'm just gonna hold it better. So my website is called here light. Wait, can you see it up here? It's very. Look, it's Light Being Activation Code Art, but my website is called lightbeingcodes.com.
Okay. Now we're
Lightbeingcodes.com.
going to have that after this video processes, guys. I want you to go back because in the info box below the title, I have her link installed, but it won't be seen. It'll probably be 15 minutes after we go on air. But
Yes.
check back and you'll get that.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah.
And this website will also, under services, connect to my Etsy shop. And then you can buy the ones I already created. I also take commissions, but they just take a lot longer until I'm done with it because I have a few to do. But if you want one right away, or if you see one that you feel really connected to, then you can just get it on Etsy. So
All right. Well, so you guys, there are venues to reach out. I want all of you today to visit her website, visit her Etsy shop. You know, some of you are going to say, well, Bob, I can't buy right now. That's okay. Just go and let the art talk to you because, you know, this is my experience. When a light being wants to connect with you, it will find a way to come into your life. So you get you say, well, gee, I can't buy today, but you're really talking to Thera, okay? Guess what? Thera's going to find a way to come to you. You might get a new job or you might get a bonus, and now you got money so you can bring that into your life. And that's how they work. Would you agree with me?
Absolutely. The spirit always finds a way. Even if you're not listening, it finds a way. It will knock on your door until you listen.
Boy, you said it perfectly. That is so true.
I agree. So, and even you can just follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Then you can see the process, the progress of the card deck and the handbook. So if you just want to see the process, it's fine. Like you don't have to get anything. Just follow.
Will you tell us your Instagram link? Because you know I just started back Instagram. By the way, I got to give a plug for myself. I'm on Instagram, but I've let it go for over a year. So it's Psychic Bob on Instagram. That's my link. And where are you on Instagram?
I'm on Instagram also. It's light_being_codes.
Okay.
Light_being. So that's my side. And I appreciate everyone who supports. I'm always so grateful for the support, for spreading the language, light language, and the energies. So I'm always grateful.
Guys, I'm telling you, you all, I mean, you know, this is just amazing because I'm so amazed. You know, I always say every time I think I've seen it all, Spirit always surprises me with something new. And, you know, it's interesting when Jessica reached out to me for a reading, before I even like had chance to talk to her, Spirit told me, this is somebody important. Be prepared to meet an advanced soul. And when I sat down with her, the light around her, I don't want to go into all your personal detail, but the light was amazing. And it's still amazing. I can still see it. And
thank you, Bob.
It's the truth. You know, anything that Jessica creates comes from the higher realms. And so many of you said, Bob, I feel I'm down here on earth. I'm struggling. You don't have to struggle. There's an entire realm of spirit that wants to support you. And Jessica's art will help you to have that connection. You won't feel alone. You'll feel the light that's coming from her work. You will know that you are a being of that light. If we knew who we were as people, I think the world would evolve so much more quickly. We've all forgotten, I think.
I agree.
You know? So do yourselves a favor. Invest some time. Invest in yourself. You know, we always go run around trying to help everybody, which is good. We should. But, you know, the light workers also need to be nourished. And if you get one of Jessica's paintings, you're nourishing yourself. And you're saying, I love myself enough to bring that light into myself. I'm telling you, I sit with her work and I'm just uplifted. I am blessed. And I don't know how to say it besides that. I am blessed. And so, Jessica, you're doing a service that's changing lives all over the world. And you don't even know it sometimes.
I mean, I'm so blessed for you to say that. That's already a blessing for me, for you to see it. That's amazing. So I'm super grateful. And again, it was amazing talking to you during our session.
Well, thank you. Well, I have to throw a shout out here. Eric Ross says that he's a total fan of your art. He says anything just
Thank you.
creates is amazing. He said he'd actually ran into your art even before the show, so he's very excited.
Oh, that's amazing.
So he's like, wow, she's here. I already knew her art. And he's like, snap. He said, I already knew her before anybody else. So he's excited about you. And let's see. Oh my gosh. Divine Mama says, this is all perfect and gorgeous. Um,
Wow,
People are just loving it. I'm getting so I can't even read it all. So, but you are just amazed, and people are amazed at you. So, guys, listen.
I'm so grateful.
You need to take the time and study her art, invest in it. Again, Jessica, can you say one more time your website where they can connect with you?
Yes, so lightbeingcodes.com.
Light Beings Codes. Light. Say that. I'm sorry, I messed it up.
Light, it's okay. Lightbeingcodes.com.
There it is, lightbeingcodes.com. And again, I'm going to have that link
Yes.
below. So check back here. And I need you guys, please, let's help Jessica. I want all of you to take this video, post it on your Facebook. I want you to put it on your website if you have a website. Tell people about Jessica's work. I want you to, tell everybody. Because all of us here, we're all light workers. We all have to help each other. And if you say to me, oh, Bob, I don't know what my mission is. I can't do anything for the spirit world. Yes, you can. You can take this video and post it somewhere and share it. That is a form of light work. And you are spreading the light that Jessica's bringing, and you are participating in that light language. And if you're feeling like, gee, I want to connect to the spirit, help others and you will connect us with. So help promote Jessica, tell your friends, show her website. In fact, I would go put her website in your favorites link so you always can find it,
You're so sweet, Bob.
It's the
Thank
truth,
you. You're so nice.
And I really want you to connect with her because she's going to bless all of our lives. And you heard it here first. I'm going to get the credit for this one, Jessica. As a psychic, I am predicting, and y'all put it on the record, that her work will be proven to be truly the revelation that is coming from the alien world. And when we actually see them and they land physically and shows, Jessica's work will be used as the symbol to show that connection. So she's ahead of her time. And
That's really amazing.
It's the truth. And they always say a prophet is never appreciated in their time. So right now, people may say, well, that's interesting. I don't know. But in time, they'll all say, oh my God, she showed us that image before we ever knew it. That's where it's all going, guys. So be part of that revelation.
Thank you.
Because I'll tell you, someday people will fight to get your art, And why not get it while you can? Because, let's be honest, none of us are going to be here forever, And so why don't you get her art while she's here and appreciate it and enjoy it? Because, someday she may not be able to create it. She might not sell. She might move away. She might move to Mars,
Yes, maybe. Very true. Yeah.
So get it now. Don't waste a minute of letting that language, that power that comes through. Don't leave that out of your lives. Jessica, I'm so excited you're here today. And
thank you, Bob. I'm so grateful to be here, and I'm very, very honored again to be part of this.
Awesome. Well, we're going to all be connecting with you at your website and your Etsy store. And I'm excited. I think I'm going to go buy some more art today. You all do it too. Listen, keep it here at Spirit Channel. Jessica's going to be back with us. And we're so excited. We're going to have you back when you're ready with your card deck, okay?
Thank you. Yes, I'll be so happy to be back. I'm so grateful that I can even be here today, and I'll be looking forward to the next time that we can chat here.
This sounds wonderful. And just real quick, also, if people do want a custom commission, you still can do that. Is that correct?
I do animal guides commission. It will just take longer because it takes me a while to create that. And I will, starting from next year, probably do also ET commissions. But right now, I'm not doing it yet. If you're interested, you can, on my website, under services and ET commissions, you can write me an email and say that you're interested, and then I can put you on the list. But that will take a while until I
Okay.
do that.
Well, you know, they say all good things are worth waiting for. And I'll tell you, it's worth waiting for.
Thank you.
Well,
Yes,
guys, listen, we're going to wrap it up because Psychic Bob's got a full day today. And I know Jessica is very busy too.
yes.
We are so glad to hear it. Listen, her links are going to be below, so definitely check her out. Okay. Um, so people are saying they're so glad that they could be here. People are thanking you, Jessica. So don't worry, guys. We'll get her back here. You know, we don't let talent ever slip away on this show. You know, she's not going to disappear. We're going to keep her here. Anyways. All right, guys. Well, listen, help us out. Please, after this video processes, go put comments for Jessica in the box. Tell her what you think. I want you to go back and also put it in the comments section. Thumbs up this video, like it, favorite it. Please share it with your friends. Post this on your Facebook, send it to your friends. Let's let people know about that the light language is coming to the earth. And we've got a wonderful channel and an artist who's capturing it all for us.
Yes, and there's so many people who create light language. It's so beautiful and ETs, and I'm just so glad that I can be part of that to share because, yes, I'm really grateful for that. And thank you, Bob, again, so much for having me here. Again, to all, I also would like to say if anyone hasn't had yet a session with Bob, I would really recommend having a session with him because it's also life-changing and worth investing. It's really amazing, and I can only recommend it.
Thank you so much. Well, you know, I always say that a reading is an investment in your soul journey. And, you know, anybody who wants to get a reading, I have to tell you, I am getting very full. So if you want to get in, you need to call me if you want to be in during October because it's Halloween season. So call my office. 703-825-3929 is my phone number. Put that in your cell phone, okay? 703-825-3929. Or also visit my website, which is right here. If you look in the picture right below, PsychicBob.com.
Oh,
There you go. And let's connect. And if you guys run into any problems finding Jessica, contact me. I'll get you over to her, get the links for you if you have any problems. So you can also write to me in my email, PsychicBobHickman@gmail.com. All those links, Jessica's links will be below. So guys, thanks for being here. Keep it here at Spirit Channel. We got more coming. Tomorrow is Saturday, and that's going to be our Saturday spiritualist class at our seance. You know, Jessica, I do channeling also, and I let the spirits speak through me. You may have seen that. I don't know if you've seen my Saturday channel.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so
Yes.
come on Saturday,
Yes. I've seen a few. That's really interesting and exciting to see that.
All right.
I'll watch it tomorrow.
All right. Well, we'll see you all back here. Guys, thanks for being here. We love you. Blessings to all of you. Blessings to you, Jessica. Thank you.
You too, Bob. Thank you.
All right. We'll see you guys soon. Blessed be.